Revealed, Chelsea's secret talks to get 6-point deduction overturned as Blues are hit with £10 million fine for illegal signings under Roman Abramovich. Chelsea have avoided a potential points deduction from the FA after an appeal. It has been revealed, but will now pay a £10 million fine and serve a suspended 2-window transfer ban. The Stamford Bridge side were hit with 74 charges by the FA and admitted to their chargesheet. The charges related to the use of and the making of payments to unregistered agents between 2011 and 2018. It has now been revealed that Chelsea were initially hit with a 6-point deduction, suspended until June 2027, and a £10 fine from an independent regulatory commission.
Then I found Lulu Talks tea and everything shifted. Once I started drinking it, my mornings were ruined in the sense that they'd never be the same again. I began waking up feeling rested and energized, something I hadn't experienced in years. My new routine? Just 1 cup of Lulu Talks in the morning. On top of that, my menopause symptoms have eased significantly. I finally feel like myself again, strong, confident, and like a woman who's ready to take on the day.
Curious what makes it different? Scan the QR code now or visit grabdeal.us/8.
However, after appealing, the club will now only pay for their financial penalty, with a suspended transfer ban added in. Earlier this year, the Blues were fined £10 and handed a suspended transfer ban by the Premier League after admitting to making £47 in secret payments to unregistered agents and third parties between 2011 and 2018. Chelsea's owners Blueco voluntarily reported themselves to several footballing regulators previously upon taking over from Roman Abramovich in 2022, as they were understood to notice their financial irregularities while doing their due diligence amid that takeover. Now that they have reached settlement agreements with UEFA and the Premier League and concluded their charges with the FA, it finally brings an end to Chelsea's issues from their old ownership. Chelsea have overturned a 6-point deduction following 74 breaches of financial rules under former owner Roman Abramovich. In a statement, Chelsea said, "In 2022, the club self-reported potential historical rule breaches to all applicable regulators. Following that report, it has worked openly and transparently with all regulators, including voluntarily and proactively disclosing many thousands of documents. As previously announced, settlement agreements have been entered into with UEFA and the Premier League concerning the same self-reported regulatory matters and topics that have been addressed before. The club is pleased to confirm that, now the FA process has concluded, this brings all regulatory proceedings against the club to a close. We are grateful to UEFA, the Premier League, and the FA for their engagement with the club throughout these processes." A statement from the FA read, "A financial sanction of £10 and a suspended 2-window registration ban have been imposed on Chelsea FC for breaches of the Football Association football agent regulations, regulations on working with intermediaries, and third-party investment in players' regulations." The FA charged Chelsea FC with 74 breaches of FA Rule E12 after its current ownership self-reported misconduct upon its purchase of the club. The FA is continuing to investigate individual misconduct arising out of this case. Chelsea FC admitted to the 74 breaches of FA Rule E12 prior to a hearing, and an independent regulatory commission imposed a 6-point deduction, which was to be suspended until June 30, 2027, and a £10 fine. The club appealed against the suspended points deduction, and an independent appeal board allowed the appeal and set aside this sanction following a further hearing. The Blues were hit with a £10 million fine for making 7 illegal signings, including David Luiz, left, and Ramires, right. Eden Hazard joined in 2012 and became one of the best players in the world while at Chelsea. He was also one of the 7 players signed by the club under illegal circumstances. In its place, the appeal board imposed a registration ban for 2 complete and consecutive transfer windows, which is suspended until 30 June 2027. The £10 fine was not subject to appeal, and the full amount will be invested into grassroots football. The punishment relates to activity under Chelsea's old ownership prior to Blueco. With the Premier League in March, Chelsea were previously fined £10 and handed a suspended transfer ban after admitting to making secret payments to unofficial agents between 2011 and 2018. That related to several transfers such as Eden Hazard, Samuel Eto'o, Willian, Ramhers, David Luiz, Andre Schürrle, and Nemanja Matic, though it should be noted that there is no suggestion of any wrongdoing on the part of those players. The £10 fine topped the £5 and 5p fine given to West Ham in 2007 over their signings of Javier Mascherano and Carlos Tevez. Chelsea also received a 9-month academy transfer ban and a £750,000 fine over the registration of academy players between 2019 and 2022. The Premier League did say at the time that the £10 fine would have been £20, but was reduced by 50% after Chelsea proactively self-reported and cooperated. It was also concluded that Chelsea would not have breached the Premier League's profitability and sustainability rules during the applicable seasons in which they were investigated, even if the payments had been registered properly.